Hello there, Cancer, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today I'm doing your November love reading. We'll take a look at the overall energy with the oracle cards, and then we'll go to the tarot for more details. And if you're enjoying the content that I create or resonating with the message, I would really appreciate it if you would consider sharing, or subscribing. Okay, let's get into your reading. I am going to start with the Sacred Soul Travelers Oracle card. And the reason is because we are in Scorpio season, and Scorpio season is all about, trying to become the best version of ourselves. So I feel like these cards are just so valuable during Scorpio season. So let's see what we have here. We have taking shelter. The answers are within. And on the bottom, faraway places. Get ready for new horizons. Oh, nice, Cancer. So I feel like, you may be single right now. You may be coming out of a relationship. Or you may just, be taking a break from love. Sometimes we just have to do that, right? But you have something new on the horizon. So that's really exciting. So let's see what we have here. This is the Wisdom Oracle. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Loyal heart. I'm getting such a sense of just a lovely, calm type of feeling. If you have had relationships in the past that were kind of chaotic or had a lot of conflict, you're coming into a relationship that has a lot of peace and compromise. Look at that energy. You have peace, blessed, and flexible. It's an energy of just allowing, just so easy. Such an easy, I'm looking at this and it's, there's I don't know. I know there's a special name for these boats and I don't know what it is. But they're kind of like sailboats. The sail allows us just to kind of flow with the wind, right? There's no effort on our part. We just go where the wind takes us. And then underneath this, you have surrender to the journey, release control. It's about allowing this new love or this situation, if it's a relationship, and we are going to look at the past and the present energies. But allowing this situation to just come in, and it's just going to be so beautiful. It's there's just no conflict. It's just so it's like water, that looks like glass. There's no waves. Really nice energy. Okay, so we're going to use the soulmate oracle cards. I'm going to lay those out and then we'll clarify with the tarot. So in the past, transformation, breakthrough, reinvention, you're ready for the next level. Yeah, I feel like this taking shelter as kind of like this past energy, right? Where you were just kind of like, okay, I just have to be myself. I have to, heal from perhaps a past situation. I have to, figure what happened. Sometimes we come out of a relationship and we're just kind of confused, like what happened there. And I get a sense that you had something that was very chaotic, perhaps even toxic, lots of conflict, and you may not have even gotten closure. But you've spent a lot of time healing from this situation, going within, healing maybe even inner child wounds, that type of energy of just coming into this really peaceful nature. So in the present, you have inner child, playful, happy, enjoy the present moment, live to the fullest. I think it's so interesting that I just said you were working on your inner child and then inner child comes out. So I feel like for some time you were really working on your inner child wounds. You were, fostering that part of yourself. You were getting back to who you really are at a core level, at a soul level. And now you're putting that energy out into the world. And that's going to help you, to bring in this new counterpart. And then on the bottom is loss. And so it's kind of like, I feel like for some of you, this says loss of self and identity. Discover your true self again. See, I feel like that's what had to happen. Remember, whenever we lose anything, rejection is God's protection. Whatever was taken away from you, put you into this energy of transforming and getting back to who you are at the soul level. You lost yourself when you were in that relationship, or when the relationship ended. It was like, oh my gosh, like, you could have even lost your identity as who you are as a person, because especially if it was a toxic relationship. And now you're kind of back on track. You've gone inside, you've done that work. So let's see what your area of resistance is. Ego, pride, jealousy, self-preservation, walls. Let your guard down. So this is so common, right? I mean, we go through a breakthrough, a breakup. We go through a breakup and then we put the walls up. I'm never going to love again, right? And we go through that period because we do. It's almost like, you have to put a Band-Aid on your heart and protect it from, all of the energies that are out there, because it's self-preservation. But now this is becoming your obstacle. It's time to open up your heart again. It's time to allow love back into your life. Really nice. And don't forget, you have loyal heart here. Really nice. Okay, and fall. Changes in the air. Your answers arrive in autumn. And we are in autumn. I feel like this is coming in very quickly. For some of you, you may be in that energy of, is this ever going to happen? Like, I've done the work. You may be sitting there going, yes, I know, I did the work, But this is about you being open, truly open to love. Sometimes we say oh yeah, I'm ready to start, dating or whatever again. But, you have to really put yourself out there. You have to... I feel like this flexible is a little bit of kind of like, yeah, you're not quite ready if you're writing down, specific characteristics like hair color and eye color and stuff like that. And then you're, oh no, I can't go out with that person. They have blonde hair. I can't go out with that. It's, you're not quite ready. When you're doing that, then you're not quite ready. When you put too many parameters on it, it's kind of like, yeah, you have to let some of the parameters, the borders, the boundaries that you've put up to protect your heart, that they're excuses. They're becoming excuses to not put yourself out there again. And then we have on the bottom, travel, movement, meeting, adventures. Be ready for new experiences. Cancer, I don't feel like you have somebody coming back from the past. Some of you may not like to hear that. This feels like totally new energy. And for some of you, and then look at compromise. I like this. Yeah, and sacred journey. And then belief system under that. I feel like for some of you, you may go on a trip or something and meet this person. But it's definitely about putting yourself in new situations. You could even try like a new activity or a sport or something like that. Something that you don't normally do. That's, I don't know why I'm getting like lessons, taking some type of, I don't know, dance lessons or pottery lessons or, just allowing yourself to go do something and not necessarily be good at it. Allowing yourself to be new at something is the message that I'm getting. Because it's going to help you to open your eyes to seeing things in a new way. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify these. We're going to clarify these with the tarot. So this transformation in the past, yeah. Ace of Pentacles, you were waiting for an offer. I feel like you were waiting for an offer, but lots of sadness here. So you definitely lost something that you thought you would have for a long time. But by losing that, it's helped you to step into a new energy. It's helped you to go back to thinking about what is really important to you. it was a really valuable lesson for you. You know, this Ace of Pentacles on the bottom, look at this, 10 of Cups. And then look at this, Death. Like, this situation in the past was very, I think it was really hard, Cancer. I think it really was. I have a heavy energy here, but you've moved out of that energy. I feel like you may still have the, you know, the boundaries up to protect yourself, and you may not actually realize it because you have become more open. I think you shut yourself down and you have become more open, but you still don't realize that you still have some of those boundaries protecting your heart. But look at this beautiful energy. You know, a true transformation of what it is that you want the Ten of Cups to offer you in your life, or what you're willing to offer to a Ten of Cups relationship. Ten of Cups is the happy family, you know, the long-term committed relationship. Whatever that means for you. You know, everybody's Ten of Cups is a little different. And you had to go through this because you were definitely transforming your belief system around what a long-term committed relationship is. Yeah. But underneath that, 10 of Wands. It was a relationship in the past. Whatever you were in had a lot of burdens with it. Okay? So that could mean a lot of things. You were with someone, or you were planning to be with someone that, you know, your family wanted you to be with. So that was a burden because it was, you know, you were with somebody that your family liked, but maybe you didn't necessarily like, or your friends or society would accept, but it wasn't really somebody you really wanted to be with. There's something there about you had to lose that relationship because you were at the time unwilling to step into who you really were going to be. And now you have, okay? But that relationship was preventing you from allowing your soul to evolve and allowing you to become the person that you are today. Really interesting message. I hope I'm saying, I hope I'm being clear enough with that. The person that you were with or thinking you might want to be with, or the idea of that person, just really wasn't on your path. It was that relationship would not allow you to become the person that you are, or you are evolving into. So let's see what this inner child is. The inner child, 6 of Swords. This is your present energy. Yeah, coming back into balance. For some of you, there could have been a little karma that you had to clear out there. You know, yeah, this took some time. The Justice card is about learning, and the Temperance card are a little bit about karma, but also about the alchemy of finding balance within yourself, trying to find balance within a relationship, you know, speaking up for yourself, and also at the same time being willing to compromise. That's such a fine line, isn't it? It's like, you know, you have to fight. There's certain battles that you fight and other battles that you just sit there and say, yeah, you know what? Okay. Yeah, that's not that big deal to me. You know, I used to always say when my kids were growing up, you know, teenagers go through stages, right? And there are things as a parent that you have to say no to. And then there are things that it's kind of like, it's just not worth the battle. And for me, it was hair. You want to do that to your hair? I don't really care, because I know hair grows out. Like, you want to shave it, you want to color it, you want to grow it. It didn't matter. That was not a battle I was going to have, because I knew that there were other things that I may need to battle about, right? Curfews and driving and whatever, It's kind of like, yeah, that was just like, yeah, that's fine. As long as my rule was, if it was, sometimes I would say, if you can afford to pay for that, yes, you can have that, right? It's like, I was really like that with my daughter when she was trying to color her hair some different colors. And I was like, she has beautiful hair and it's all natural now. She's come back to the natural. But when she went through that phase, I was like, well, as long as you can pay for it. All right, inner child, moving on. Yeah, this is your present energy, moving on from, who you thought you wanted to be with in a romantic relationship, moving on from that and moving back towards who you really are as a person. Really nice energy. Cancer, I can tell that you've been through a lot. And I read your comments and everything. You've been through a lot. And for some of you, you may feel like, how much longer do I have to wait for somebody new to come in? That person is definitely on the way. And it's going to be a really special, loyal relationship. I feel like the one thing here, the true message here is you're ready for love. It's just you may not feel it yet. You may, if you're having, there's still a little bit of that broken heart energy under the waves. And that's okay. I feel like it's time to allow yourself to release this. Sometimes we don't want to release it, because if we release it, then we feel like that person will never be in our life. Well, that's not really true. All you're doing is putting yourself on a new path and allowing love in your life, right? Allowing love in your life and realizing that what comes down the road, okay, if you're really like, oh, I really want this person to come back, you have to ask yourself why. And then if it's really somebody that you want to be with, I think in the interim, it's about you just opening your heart up to love and allowing that situation to happen if it happens, but not expecting it or trying to control it. You're getting the clarity. This is your obstacle. You're trying to have. You may, in some ways, be trying to control your own, love destiny. That's trying to control your own love destiny. It's a little bit about you have to surrender to the journey. Remember, you have that here. Surrender to the journey. Allow spirit to come to bring in whoever they think may be. That could be your mantra. Just say, angels and spirit guides, please bring in, a love that you think would be wonderful for me, especially right now. This person that's coming in is going to be loyal to you, but it may not be the counterpart for the rest of your life. I think this person may come in to help you learn how to love again. Really interesting. And some of you may be like, well, that's not what I want. But we have all kinds of different romantic relationship experiences, and each one of those helps to teach us a little bit more about ourselves and about relationships. And I'm not saying that this person isn't going to be your long-term, but I do feel like you're still evolving. There's something still changing here. Yeah, you're on a new journey. Look at this. Yeah, somebody new is definitely coming in right now, really soon, because it says autumn. And then the Fool card. You're starting on a new path. And I feel like you have to really open yourself up. Really get into this energy of, this is Four of Pentacles, holding on to what is, your dream guy or your dream girl, holding on to that. It's about really kind of almost experimenting, what is it? Yeah, because your Two of Cups is underneath here. Yeah. And I feel like if you have too many parameters about the person that you're trying to bring in, then what's going to happen is you are going to meet with disappointment. It's about kind of just saying, I just want to start meeting people. Put it that way. I'm not rushing to the altar or whatever. I'm just getting myself out there, and I just want to meet people and, have a good time. Just enjoy having new experiences and meeting new people. All right. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yep. Let go of control issues on the bottom. I do feel like there is a little bit of that. Okay. So this is interesting because we have, this could be the one. And then we have unrequited love and pay attention to the red flags. Now, I'm going to say, I think for some of you, this is a little bit about the lesson that you need to learn. It's about having balance within your relationships. The loyal heart, look, it's so balanced, right? They're looking at each other, but they're kind of almost like faced in opposite directions, but there's so much balance, and they're so balanced on this egg or the world or what is there. They're so balanced. And it could be that in the past you were attracting people that were not giving to the relationship as much as you were. Because Cancer, you are a very loving person. And, paying attention to these red flags. I really feel like Spirit kind of wants you to date a little bit and practice. This is the message I'm getting. Practice looking for the red flags. Like, don't go on a date and say, oh yeah, this is the one. I'm going to marry this one. I feel like it's like, what is that saying? You have to kiss a lot of toads before you find a prince or something like that. I feel like that you do have the one coming in, but it's almost as if part of your test is saying no to a few toads. I'm going to have to put that as the title. The spark of hustle, the now, fall in love with your own story. Lead your metamorphosis. See, I do not feel like you have evolved all the way yet. I think you're still changing a lot. Getting to know yourself better. Evolving. Your soul is evolving. Your idea of romantic relationships and what you expect in them is changing. And so right now, it's not the best time perhaps to fall in love forever. But it doesn't mean that you can't start the process of looking for that person, right? And really falling in love with your own story. Don't let your story be... okay, so let me see if I can say this the right way. In the past, your story may have started with, oh, I'm married, or I'm dating, or... I'm married to this person, or I'm dating this person, or, the two of us have been together for a long time. And it's about falling in love with your own story. Don't allow your story to be identified with who you are with, but really about who you are as a person and as a soul. Let that be your story. And then you'll find your counterpart, your true loyal heart and counterpart. Really, a really good lesson there. Okay. And here is your love oracle card. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. Yeah, I think it's really about leading with your heart, opening your heart, taking the Band-Aid off a little bit, opening your heart, and then also at the same time, it's learning how to protect your heart, but from a sense of loving yourself. Loving yourself enough to say no to things that do not feel right. Do what feels right. Make sure you feel comfortable with how the relationship is going. and not allowing somebody else to kind of control how fast it moves or how slow it moves. Really interesting. It's kind of like a fine line there, right? Between loving yourself and putting up boundaries, right? There's a difference, because if you love yourself, you do want to connect with other souls and with other people. Boundaries, prevents that. It prevents that. You can have shallow conversations and stuff, but in order to really become intimate with somebody, you have to allow those boundaries to come down. And it's not like you just drop them. You do have to. When you're getting to know somebody, you let them down a little bit at a time. You open your heart a little bit at a time. You don't go and tell them your whole life story on the first day, right? All right, Cancer, I'm going to leave it there. I do wish you much love and light in this situation and all your situations. And if you have enjoyed this message, I would really appreciate it if you would consider sharing, or subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.